What up guys, One Fit Bruja here, and today I have for you a requested video that I thought would be very good to explain more on, since some people who do subscribe to my channel are fairly new to witchcraft or any sort of spiritual journey that they're trying to set out on and experiment with, just basically find their way. If you are new to the channel and you're looking for any sort of explanations on spirituality, any sort of practice, I'm an eclectic witch, so long story short, I take from different cultures and whatnot and incorporate them into my own craft. The video is going to be about visualization, your intention, and of course, law of attraction and all that stuff, how it goes hand in hand to manifest exactly what you want in your life. I feel like there's somewhat of a gap with information that is out here on YouTube and the internet itself. And even with certain apps that are actually supposed to help you with these things, it seems like there's always that gap of information that you're trying to find, that you've been searching for so long, and it's really hard to find without a straight shot answer, because a lot of people like to beat around the bush and or charge you money so you can figure out exactly what you need to do so you can live a good life and get all the things that you need and manifest all the stuff that you've been longing to manifest in your life. I'm gonna try and break this down as much as I can without having the video go on for too long. That already sounded like a fucking lie, but I'm gonna try really hard to get this video to be under 20 minutes. We'll see how I do. Of course, if I did not touch base on everything, because sometimes I get rambly in these videos and I'll forget what the hell I'm talking about and I'll go off into a different subject, and that's not what I'm trying to do, but as I'm saying that, I'm literally doing it right now. Like, this is a whole nother subject. As I was saying earlier, if I forget to say anything that you've been wondering about or that you had questions about, you can place them in the comments below or email me at onefitbruja@outlook.com and I'll answer your questions there. Without further ado, I'm gonna get started and I'm gonna tell you how all these things work hand in hand to manifest the reality that you're longing to get. Introduction rambles set aside, I'm gonna start off with your intention. And then I'm going to follow up with visualization and how these two things, along with law of attraction, equal manifestation, which is the end result that you ideally want within your craft in order to be successful in your spell work, in order to get anything that you want, literally. Within reason, guys. So that's also going to be one of the things that I'm going to talk about. So, intention. What the hell is intention? Most of you probably already know what intention is. For those of you that have problems placing intention and mind's eye into your craft, I'm gonna discuss a few different ways of how you can get this to work better for you, or if there's some sort of disability or some sort of handicap that is holding you back from manifesting in that sort of way, there is also other ways that you can manifest the same outcome. I'm not trying to make this so one-minded, one set way that you have to do it this way, because there are other ways that you can do it in order to get the outcome that you want in your life. I'm going to talk about the simplest way that works for me, and then I'll go off onto some separate tangents and tell you what else you can do if you do have certain problems with that. So if some of you guys have been on this channel for a hot minute watching me do spell work and whatnot, when I do bless my items, when I put them in, you see me put my hands over it because that energy channels through your hands. I focus on getting my energy through the palms of my hands. A lot of people do not know that your eyes and your hands and sometimes even your feet can hold a lot of energy. Even in your crown area, just in this general area, radiates a lot of energy, and you can use that focus to make it go through your hands and empower the things that you are working on. And that's exactly how I bless my things too, is by using my hands. That said, when I'm doing that, I am placing intention. I am literally envisioning inside my head, depending on what the spell work is for, love, money, success, you know, dream magic, domination magic, whatever the hell I'm trying to work on at the time. I have in mind that I am already living the outcome. I put myself in that mindset that I've already obtained what I needed and I'm enjoying it, but nothing else. I do not imagine myself spending all the money I accumulated doing my money magic on this and that, because that's going to screw your focus up. That's not the reason why you're doing this. You're simply doing it because you needed the money. And that's what you need to focus on. Don't focus on getting Bugattis and mansions and spending it on every single like game console you can think of. No. You're doing this because you needed the money for something that is feasible in the first place. It has to be feasible. You don't just ask for money because you want the money. You usually ask for these things because you actually need them. Don't be doing money magic or whatever it is for shits and giggles, and then you have no actions that follow your intent, that follow your visions. You're not putting forth physical actions to attain these things because you didn't really care that much in the first place, so they are not going to manifest. When you're doing this, you literally have to place your all into it. That's why intentions and visions go hand in hand. That's why a lot of people make vision boards, so they can see exactly what they need to do every fucking day, so when they wake up and they put boss mode on, that they can set out to do what they wanted to do. They don't let anything get in their way. They don't let people's opinions get in the way. They don't let their mindset get in the way. They don't let anything fucking stop them. Because when you're trying to manifest things, other people and situations will get in the way. How strong is your mindset in order to make these things that really happen, make these things come to life? That is what you need to ask yourself. You could want all these things and envision all this stuff in your head, but when you do not place physical effort into what you want every fucking day, I'm not necessarily saying that it's necessary to do something like that every day. It depends on what you're trying to manifest. The work that you just did, like feasibly in your mind, how long do you think it's going to take to see any results based off of your own actions? The universe isn't just going to be like, bam, here's your house. The universe isn't going to be like, bam, here's $2 million. It doesn't fucking work like that. Bam, you won the fucking lottery just because you rubbed a little money oil on yourself. It doesn't work like that. You can't be greedy. The things that you actually want, you have to actually already need in some sort of way. You literally don't even need all the materials that you see me using. You can manifest just by using a cup of water, a bottle of water, because you can manipulate water to do literally anything that you want. Your mind's eye and your intent, your visions can be placed into the water to manipulate its molecule. It's literally like a crystal ball in a sense. You can gaze into this, see anything you want, manifest anything you want, and then consume the visions into yourself. There's another tidbit of information right there, just in case you guys didn't know that yet, but yes, you can use water for any fucking thing. So it's very versatile. If you do not have a lot of materials, you can simply just use some water to manifest, you know, some success, some luck, some money, self-love, whatever the hell it is. First off, where you started, where your intent was. Your intention was to do such and such, and you had the vision of you having such and such or achieving such and such. You got your house and you're happy with just that. Do not manipulate the scenery or anything else any further, because it's not going to do you any good. You've diverted yourself off the path of what you wanted. You need to literally do this one step at a time, like baby steps, literally. Don't make things more complicated than what they have to be, or else you'll end up giving up on yourself. There's some people who are so gung-ho about getting everything done as fast as possible because they want their spell work to work like instantly, like now. Like you do not have any patience or any time to wait any longer, and you end up sabotaging yourself. That's why a lot of people's weight loss magic doesn't work. That's why manifesting money or having success like in a job or whatever doesn't work, because some people go so hard that they burn themselves out, or they are not stepping back and seeing the bigger picture of what really needs to be done, or they're simply procrastinating. They think it's going to come to them because they just did the magic. It doesn't work like that. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that during this video, that it doesn't work like that. Feel free to count and place it in the comments below if you'd like. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. That anything that you do, you physically have to put your all into it. You need to place your visions, your intent into the working, and you literally have to physically do the job. You may have to do some things that you are uncomfortable doing, but that's what it takes in order for you to change your life. So you better get the fuck out there, quit sloughing on yourself, and do those damn things in order to manifest the outcome that you want. And then when the universe, your spirit guides, your ancestors, the deities that you work with see you doing this, they will reward you. It may feel like it's never going to come, but when you least expect it, it will. So keep pushing forward, keep struggling through it, and don't give up on yourself. Because if you give up on yourself, you expect your deities, your guides, and your ancestors to have your back when you just gave up on yourself? I don't fucking think so. That is a waste of time in my eyes. If you do not believe in yourself from the start, like completely believe in yourself, that you can literally manifest this on your own, then why the hell is anybody gonna help you? Especially if you're not putting forth the effort to help yourself in the first place. There's only so much that your guides and your ancestors, shit, even your friends or whatever can do for you if you're not putting your all into it. I don't know how much more clear I can be with that. That's literally what it takes. Now, you do not need a shit ton of items to manifest everything that you need. I remember reading in the comments that the person who requested this video, she was telling me that she doesn't always have a lot of things to manifest what she wants, but literally your intent, your mind's eye, and your passion in order to drive this forward and grasp what you need will literally be like everything in itself that you need. You could pray to your deities, your guides, talk to your ancestors. Sometimes that's literally all it takes. If you are a powerful person, that's literally all you'll need. Every once in a while, light a candle, you know, show some gratitude. Well, not once in a while, you should be doing this a lot often than not. Show gratitude towards your ancestors, your guides, your deities, because they are looking out for you, even when you are not looking out for yourself. I'm guilty for not looking out for myself. I'll be looking out for other people because I want the best for them, because I know people around me do struggle and I can see it. If I'm struggling, I would like someone to help me, ideally, but I know it literally just comes down to me. What can I do to make my life better? How can I achieve what I want? Because I put forth all the energy and time into that working. Sometimes I'll be sitting there for up to almost 2 hours if I literally have the time. Or it could be as small as a window as 15 minutes. 15 minutes can go a long way, just saying. It may not seem like that long of a time, but it can. And I can ground myself, get my energy fills up rather fast. Like my focus is really good in that sense. So it doesn't take me forever to start up and get something going. It might be easy for me to do, but some of you guys, it might take a little bit longer or whatever, and that's fine. You gotta do what you gotta do until you get the hang of it where it can just happen that fast. So physical actions are pretty much the biggest part in manifesting your spell work into real life. Let's say feeling a certain way is actually hard for you to achieve when you are putting forth your energy and your intention into your spell work. Because you do, in order for things to work for me a certain way, I have to achieve a certain feeling within myself when I see myself celebrating the outcome of that working. Let's say I got the money I needed. Let's say I got the $1,000 to make rent or something like that, just as an example. When I get it, I'm going to feel a certain way. I'll probably feel relieved, and I'm gonna feel like, I'll feel like a feeling of contentment and relief, knowing that I finally got this and I can pay the rent off. Like that's the sort of feeling that I need to channel within myself in order to make my mind believe what I conceived inside my head. I don't know if that necessarily makes sense. I was trying to find some different ways to rephrase that just in case it didn't. But if it did not, comments, guys, comments will save you a lot of time. That's what I have to do. And I'll focus the visions and that sensation, that emotional sensation within myself as I'm doing the working, as I'm saying my incantation, or as I'm simply just sitting there, just placing my energy in as I'm holding object or whatever that I'm using, my herbs or whatever, you know. You guys see me do these things in my videos, so whatever you see me doing there, I don't necessarily play it out for as long as I am doing it, because I cut it down to make it more visually satisfying so it does not take up as much time. I don't think you guys are gonna sit there for an hour or an hour and a half to watch me go through all those motions. That's a long time. That's a long fucking time. You could be out there manifesting what you need, not sitting there watching me for a fucking hour trying to manifest the shit that I need. I mean, I'm just trying to give you a rough idea of what that's gonna look like in the long run, you know? Try and pack in as much info as I can without tripping over my words and get that out there so you can achieve what you need without having to look through books, Google, other YouTube videos that are way too fucking long to find what you need. I hated that shit when I first started out. When I was trying to get a straight shot answer, I was looking through tons and tons of shit trying to find the things that I needed. Once I find out all the things that I need to know, and I've been doing this shit for long enough that I know how it fucking works, I'm gonna share it with every fucking buddy. Because I was tired of that crap. So here I am. If you do have problems with the sensation, this is where, with the emotional sensations, if you have problems with accumulating that within you, then your vision of what you want is literally going to be your everything. So if you need to have a vision board, let's say you took the extra time after that working to literally, you know, maybe jot something down, a goal that you needed to accomplish in order to work towards that spell work. Hang it up somewhere where you go every fucking day. It could be on your bathroom mirror, it could literally be on your refrigerator, or if you actually go to your altar every day like I do, then you'll see that shit. You'll read it. You're like, this is exactly what I need to do. I told myself I was going to do this in order for this working to work, in order for my guides and my ancestors and my deities to have my back the whole time through. Of course, paying respects comes into play. If you want something, you need to pay your fucking respects. They are looking out for you, even when you are not. So do not forget to do that, or else a lot of the time, your deities and shit, even your ancestors might, you know, give you a rude awakening if you do not pay your respects. That's no way to go when, you know, you're getting this unconditional love and support and then you just abandon them after you get what you want. That's a slap in the face. I would not do that. That's a rude awakening right there. So can't keep doing your workings and stuff and you expect them to have your back if you do not show your gratitude and show that you give a damn about them as well. It doesn't work like that. Now that I made that clear. So if you're having hard times with channeling the emotions and, you know, that mind's eye into that sensation that you feel as an end result of your spell, then visions are everything. You will literally have to make things that you can see in order to accomplish what you need to accomplish. That is another way to do it. If you cannot feel the sort of emotions the same as everyone else, then that's another way to do it. Sometimes I have problems with that myself. Feeling a certain way is complicated, but I can definitely picture every detail of what I need to do in my head. Like it's like I'm literally watching TV, like I'm watching a movie. I can make a whole scene in my head, detail by detail. That's how I work. I can do that rather easily. Emotions are sometimes a little complicated for me, I'm not gonna lie. So sometimes I might seem cold or shut off in that sense because sometimes emotions are a little difficult for me, but it doesn't mean I don't give a damn. I mean, those of you who know me in real life, I know I sometimes may seem like that, but it's really, I'm not like that if you actually know me or took the time to get to know me. That is another way. Vision is everything. And of course, follow that up with physical action. That's gonna be your everything. Do not sit there and waste your fucking time doing the spell work, gathering the ingredients and whatnot, and have no follow through, no physical follow through. You have to do that. That is necessary. Let's say you have a hard time focusing and you cannot stick to one image for too long inside your head because your imageries and everything are literally like telephone wires in India. They're like all over the fucking place. And you cannot just tie one down and focus on it for a long period of time. This is when the emotional part of how you would feel about it comes in handy. Or literally if you could have a picture or something that you wrote down during and you can just have it up so you can see what you need, just channel that in, or having crystals or something around you to amplify the energy that you need to bring in manifestation that you're going towards. I would highly suggest that. Let's say you have problems with both, a little bit of both. Vision boards, like I was talking about earlier, and of course, writing all that shit down. And speaking it into existence will help volumes. Your words hold a lot of energy. They can tear people down literally and then build them back up. Your words hold a lot of power. And that's why we have chants, we have incantations. That's why when I bless my object that I'm holding, I hold it and I say certain properties that I wish to take from it, to utilize, to enhance, so I can help better my outcome. So that's why I do that one by one, so I can channel the specific energy from each item, each material, each herb, each spice, each whatever I'm using, and then I place it in there. And I do all this separately to try to enhance the energy for the outcome that I want. And that's why I do it like that. I'm a firm believer that it helps your focus and your mind's eye break things down easier when you just do them one by one, instead of throwing them all in there and then trying to pick and pull the properties you want at the last minute, focus on your incantation, try to get your mind's eye, your vision and intention in there all at once. It gets kind of disastrous in that sense, or at least for me it does. It seems a little overwhelming. So I break it down like that, so then at the very end I'm focusing on the outcome of all these things bringing me the one big manifestation that I needed, instead of, you know, thinking about how all these properties and shit are gonna help me at the last fucking minute and trying to pull all that in there. Some witches may not believe in that. They'll just throw the stuff in and do their thing and it works just fine. Firm believer in separating them out one by one helps me focus that much more. You don't have to do that, obviously. I'm just saying it works better for me. It helps keep my mind organized and focused. Moving on. Let's say your eyes do not work that good. You could have been born blind, but you practice the craft. So your sensation of feeling and how you feel emotionally is gonna be your everything when you're trying to manifest. That's just how it's gonna go. If you know you're losing your sight, you're going blind, or you're losing some sort of sense that other people normally don't even think twice about, sadly. You should appreciate these things. If you're losing a certain sense, certain other senses will try and heighten themselves so they can overcompensate for the thing that you were losing. So I would take advantage of that. Take advantage of your intuition, your emotional state, and how things feel to you, like physically feel to you. And that's how you're going to manifest everything you need. And of course, physical actions, like how are you going to make that happen? Like, think about the steps in order to achieve what you need. And think about it in a timely manner of where you're not completely stressing yourself out and breaking yourself down to try to achieve the things that you need. Depending on what it is, you may need it to go faster. But more often than not, going at a reasonable pace in a reasonable time, you need to plan these things out. Don't just try to jump into something and not look, just dive straight in. You need to look at the bigger picture. Okay, so we touched base on that. Let's say if your hearing is not so great or you cannot speak. So this is what I would do in that sense. If you can literally hear the voice translate, like, you know how when you think to yourself, you have that little voice that talks to you? We all have the little voice, don't we? Trying to make me look like I'm crazy. We all have the little voice, okay? So the little voice talks to you or says the things that you were going to say out loud in your head. So you have that little voice in there. Utilize little voice in your head. Little voice in your head is going to come in handy. So you do not have to literally say everything out loud when you are performing your spell work. You can say that inside your head. It doesn't matter. I like speaking things into existence because I'm trying to send a message out to the universe. That's why I like to say them aloud. But sometimes that is not an option if you cannot speak. So saying them in your head can be just as powerful. Do not fret. And if you cannot hear yourself speak anyways, that's probably not going to do you any justice. So this is going to be your ultimate base of power, is going to be what is inside your head. So utilize that, and of course your emotional state and feel. Those are really strong sensations within themselves. You do not need everything else on you to work. It can still be manifested. I think I touched base on everything. If not, I'm sorry, but I was trying to think about a little bit of everything and how to suit everybody's needs when I was going through this. So if I missed anything, feel free to place it in the comments below. Give your 2 cents as well, because it will in the long run help everybody out. And I like seeing that. I like seeing everyone help out everybody else to help make their lives easier. That's why I have this channel, so you guys can find information sooner than later, so you can get on with your spiritual journey. All right, guys, until next time, I will see all you lovely little brujitas later.